Welcome to DWI.
Boom.
We like to send out shouts, as my buddy Justin would say. JT, I'd like to send a shout out to Justin Trez. He wants to make sure that you guys know that I'm saying shout instead of shot. That's it. Shout out to Justin Trez. There it is.
Shout out.
Shout. We're enunciating. Shout. We want to make sure that you know that we're here to bring you that bullshit.
All day.
All day. Every day.
All damn day.
Thank you for tuning in. Well, we are your host. I'm Illy. That's Dude. That's Wax. We are DWI. So, fellas, let's dive right into it. Steelers. Son of a bitch. Now, I don't want to say it was the week 2 blues, but 2 weeks in a row, we lost to 2-10 teams. And I'm beside myself, fellas. I don't know where to begin or where to end at, but I do know this. We're in some deep doo-doo if we want to even be in playoff contingencies.
Right.
So, I don't know, if you want to let us know how you feel, dude, because, it's going to take me a moment to gather my thoughts to articulate with this situation at hand, man.
Bro, I'm disgusted. I don't know what's going on down there. I be trying my best not to throw Mike Tomlin under the bus, but it's everything's leading to him and the ownership. Because they're putting up with this shit, and it's I don't get it. I don't understand. Like the team itself, they look like they're quitting on him. They look like they're quitting on Coach Tomlin. I don't know if his message is getting stale. Has he been here too long?
Right.
Where it's they're just tuning him out now.
It's not settling in. They're not in accordance with what he got going on.
Right. And I don't understand where that's coming from or how all of a sudden they're all just tuning him out. I'm not. Maybe it's because the coaching staff is just mediocre. I don't know who's responsible for the coaching staff. I don't know if it's Tomlin solely. Is it his coaching staff, or the Rooney's limit him and say you can only have so many, you can only have certain people? I don't get it.
Right.
But either way you slice it, it comes back to him, because if he doesn't have total control of his coaching staff, it's man, you've been here 17 years, you're a Super Bowl winning coach. Why don't you? And why are you putting up with not being in control of your coaching staff?
Correct.
And if you are in control of your coaching staff, nigga, wake the fuck up.
It all comes back on him at the end of the day.
Pretty much.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
True.
So, I agree. Wax, what about you, man? How you feel about it?
I feel the same way, man. Before we fired Matt Canada, we had him to use as a scapegoat. We could always put the blame on him. You know what I mean? Now that he's not there, the blame has to go somewhere. We sit here every week and we blame some of the players for not doing their job. You know what I mean? You're supposed to catch the ball, you're supposed to block, you're supposed to make better passes, blah, blah, blah. But some of this blame has to go on Tomlin, man. And I love Coach T. As a person, I don't really know him, but just from the outside looking in, I want to feel like I know him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you can't get your team to play to beat a 2-9 opponent, you know what I mean? There's something wrong with that. There's we're not producing. Right. We're not even giving them a good game. We should be blowing these teams out.
Right.
And we're getting our butt kicked at home on TV for the world to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Man, I don't know why he's so Tomlin's loyal to a fault. It's cool to be loyal, but to be loyal at your own demise is fucking asinine.
Yeah.
He's loyal to Mitch Trubisky for some reason. Now, don't get me wrong, Mason Rudolph ain't shit either, but we know Mitch ain't shit. Mason, we won a few games with him in the past. He stunk up the joint a couple times, but he got hit in the head with a damn helmet.
Yeah.
But and he got knocked out. So I would rather see Mason out there right now. Just to see what he got.
They were chanting Rudolph's name when he was out there.
That's how sad of a state we are. We're chanting for
It's
Mason
not about
Rudolph.
being sad, dude. Everybody that paid their money to go see them guys, they were passionate fans.
Right.
Like I said before, gentlemen, not only are we fans, but we're in it to win it with you. We go through the good times and we go through the bad time. Unfortunately, right now it's a bad time in Steeler country because we're taking losses that we shouldn't be taking. Like you said, Wax, these are games that are easy wins. And I'm not saying it like they're professional teams that aren't trying.
Right.
But based off statistical records of being 2-9, you're going in there saying, hey, we're going to win this game based off of how their performance has been and ours in the past.
Right. And not only are we getting outplayed, we're getting outcoached.
Right.
I mean, you can tell that from, like, the plays that's, like, from how everything unfolds. Like,
Right.
we're getting outcoached, too. And the Steelers are loyal to a fault, almost. I mean, that's kind of what you want. Like, as a player, you want them to be loyal, but, like, whenever you're loyal and it's hurting the team,
Right.
it kind of,
It's almost like your loyalty is costing at what expense?
Right.
At the expense of a loss.
And
Exactly.
like too much loyalty like breeds like complacency.
Right.
It's like they're complacent. They're like, Mike Tomlin loves me, so I can go out here and fucking walk on this route, or I can go out here and just miss this block or some shit. It's like, man, y'all, you can't afford that shit. You can't afford to take teams lightly. Not in the NFL. I don't care what the record is.
Not at all. But you want to go into it with the how should I say, testable fortitude, saying that I'm getting ready to beat their ass because I'm
Right.
7-6,
Right.
7-5 at the time.
Right.
And you're 2-9.
Right.
Statistics prove that you haven't been winning and we have.
Right.
So we should go in there and dominate at every cost.
Right.
That's how I feel.
But you
That's
gotta-
how I was raised to
You gotta
feel.
prepare like you're gonna do that too.
I
So
agree.
I don't know if they're doing that.
I agree. I was just telling one of my kids, I said, listen, you can't go in there practicing at a D3 level
Right.
and expect D1 results.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? You can't go in there and give a mediocre effort and expect top dog results when you get in game time scenarios.
Facts.
So, regardless if they're slouching these teams going in and saying, well, I don't have to do much in preparation to play them, something is off, like you both were saying. And I mean, it has to be coaching because a coach's job, and I can reiterate on this till my face turns blue. A coach's job is to put the personnel in the right place to make the plays.
Right.
Right.
That's it. Now, it all falls back on accountability too, dude.
It does.
Wax.
The players definitely got to hold themselves accountable on it.
Because now, I said it before, I said I was pro coach. And let me clarify myself. I'm not saying coaches can't make mistakes. What I mean by that is I'm going to understand where a coach is coming from in every angle because I've been a coach for so long that I can understand that. But when it comes down to that coach over there maybe losing this team the edge or the competitive edge, we have to make adjustments.
Right.
We made the adjustments.
Right.
And I'm not going to say we've gotten worse, but we played 3 games since he hasn't been here. We won 1 out of 3.
Right.
So you tell me what's going on. And we beat a team that, statistically, we should have had a problem with beating. And then we lose the 2 teams that we should have smashed
Right.
by double digits.
At the same time, we beat the Bengals and we lost to these 2 bums. And I'm just not understanding what the problem is. Like, where is the disconnect? You know what I'm saying?
It's in coaching, like Dude was saying. I mean, is it like that his speeches, we've heard them before. Heard that before.
Right.
And the complacency becomes when you allow it to become an issue in your life. Saying, hey, I'm going to accept bare minimum from myself. Opposed to saying, man, I'm going to do my damn thing.
Right.
Me and you were on the phone yesterday for about an hour talking about AB. The difference between AB, there was something that was said. What was said? Like,
I said
and-
nobody
and-
ever outworked AB.
No. It goes back to the conversation we had about an interviewer saying that a couple of these players.
Oh yeah, Jerry Dulac from the Post Gazette. He said, "Looks like the Steelers got a couple of ABs on their hand." And AB replied to him. I ain't gonna say the word that he called him, but he said, "Ain't none of these bums me."
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's true. Like AB had his issues. You know what I mean? He was a nutcase, but like when he was on that damn field, he was on the field. He was all the way there. You know what I mean? When he went even after the game or before the game or during practice, AB was working his ass off harder than anybody. First one in, last one out.
So would you say he was a first-round draft pick?
He could have been. Should have.
Was he?
No.
So he wasn't a first-round draft pick?
No.
It looked like it when he played out on the field.
Right.
Because he practiced.
He made himself a first-round
in a situation. Exactly. So therefore, when it came down to getting that bag, he deserved it rightfully.
He secured that bag.
Right.
You did? So his whole scenario and situation is I'm sacrificing my body out here for the money that I feel like I'm due that you're not paying me.
Right.
But this isn't about AB, it's about the current Steelers.
But then and then you get to Deontay Johnson who can drop passes and still get a bag. It's like, man,
y'all should have paid AB.
Yeah, I mean, or
in that regard,
or just not paid him. Like I'm not paying him.
Right.
And then rewarding him with a fourth down throw down the field. Like, why would you even go to that dude? And when the game's on the line, don't even look his way, especially not on that route. That's not even his route.
Now listen, dude, I'm gonna come right back at you, man, because I'm the hardest one here on Deontay, man. But I will say, I acknowledge the fact that he caught a touchdown in 3 out of the 4 games that we played recently. So I'm gonna acknowledge that and let you know, brother. Listen, that's commendable in the scenario that you're trying to set, but you need to keep it going, keep the momentum going. Let your other receivers know that, listen, it's time to eat. This is the playoffs. So when the playoffs are approaching, we don't want to be one of those teams that's saying, hey, we'll get a wild card pick, and the first pick we get is Kansas City or Miami. Right. I don't want to pick them first.
I mean, that's where it's looking.
That's where the term the luck of the draw comes into. Because if we pick that right team, now we're gonna have to play like a team who knows what the hell they're doing. Mm-hmm. And right now, a 2-9 team beating us isn't saying that we know what we're doing.
Two.
Correct. 2-9 teams.
Right. So what? Like, how do you guys? Are you guys comfortable with our quarterback situation right now?
Hell no.
So what would you do with that? Like, would you go in the draft this year coming up and pick another quarterback? Or what would you do?
Here's my thing. If we're going to go ahead and do that, then that means we're piecing the team together like we've been doing.
Right.
So I feel like this. Mitch is a professional. He needs to act like it. He needs to get the crowd out of his head.
Man, Mitch is going to be who Mitch is going to be.
He is, but while he's in there, while he's at the helm, while he's running the show, he needs to ignore the crowd.
It's easier said than done.
It is, but
Mitch is going to be who he's going to be.
He has to find it, dude.
He's not going to.
He has to.
He's not going to.
He has to. He has to.
It's too late because he's been in the
Mitch gotta find it. He gotta find the inner beast. The only reason why I'm saying that is because he made it. You know how hard it is to become a professional?
You gotta have an inner beast to find it. He don't have one.
How did he get to the professionals?
Because he got lucky.
How did he get into the NFL draft?
He got lucky and got picked too. They overpicked him. He should never got picked that high.
Okay.
He should have been a backup his whole career.
It's not a fact that he got picked that high. It's the fact that he got picked at all.
I mean, a whole bunch of people get picked that stink the fucking joint up.
But there's a lot of people
it's a
that
crapshoot.
don't.
It's a crapshoot.
There's a lot of people that don't get picked that are good enough to be there, but are not there right now.
It's a crapshoot. But
he doesn't deserve to be there. Like
regardless of what we're saying as far as him deserving to be there or not, he's there.
Yeah.
So this message goes to you, Mitch. I said it, and I'll keep saying it. Put your poop in a group and get your shit together. You have to block out the outside noise. Yeah. They're entitled to their opinion. I'm not saying that I agree with you, Mitch, because I agree with them. But at the same time, you're the guy that we got to count on. So with that being said, get it together, man. Find it. You're a professional for a reason. You're not just out there dancing on tables. You're out there to connect with the receivers, make sure the running backs are doing their assignments, and run that offense. Damn a coach, damn a responsibility of telling them guys what to do. It's up to the individuals who's back there. Mitch ain't doing it. He's not.
Not at all.
But if this gets back to you, do what you got to do, bro.
Listen, if this gets back to you, Mitch, you stink. Like, you're not gonna do it. Give your helmet away to somebody else that can do it.
And if this gets back to the Steelers, please draft another quarterback. Because even if we would have put Mason Rudolph in there, he'd have stunk it up too. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just my opinion. Like, from what I've seen from the prior years of him playing and shit, they both stink. And Kenny ain't looking too good himself. Right. But, I mean, like, that's who we got right now.
And we were winning with Kenny.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, we need to draft another quarterback.
I'm with you on that, Wax. I'm not... I think Kenny could be a really good backup because Kenny's not going to lose you the game.
Right.
Mitch will lose you the game. Mitch will lose the game for you. Kenny won't lose it for you. He might not win it for you, but he won't lose it for you.
Right.
Mason, I mean, we haven't seen him in a couple of years.
Is there a reason why, you think?
Yeah, he's Mason.
He's been there longer than any other quarterback.
Right.
He knows our system. He knows how we do shit, and he's still the third string quarterback.
Right.
So that's saying a lot. Like, that's saying he's not good enough to start or even back up the start.
I agree with you both,
So,
but you got to understand this. Why he's there? Because draft ain't going to be for another 6 months.
Dang.
We have to do what we got to do. So that means if Mitch Trubisky got to sit back there at quarterback because, what is it? If Mitch Trubisky got to sit back there at quarterback,
right.
Pickett, he just got surgery.
Yeah.
So that means he's our fill-in for right now.
Right.
I'm not sitting up here saying, Mitch, you're a bitch, I don't believe in you. I'm saying not only does he have to prove himself, but he got to do his damn job. Hit the receivers in their hands. Now, if they're not catching it, it's their fault. Period.
We're in trouble right now.
Period. We are in trouble.
Yeah,
we need to get another quarterback.
Like I said last week, I don't have any faith in Mitch. I don't think Mitch has any faith in himself. And it shows. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see us. I'd love to see us win these next couple of games, but these are the two games that we needed to win. Those are the two, I wouldn't say gimme games, but they were the two games that, like, you count those as W's, and then you got the harder part of the end of your schedule coming up where you can afford to take a L every one. Now we can't afford no L's.
We almost counted those games as free throws.
Pretty much.
Those last two games, we counted them as like extra buckets, if you will, gimmies.
And then we turned into Nick Anderson at the end of the fucking game and shit.
And blew both of them. Like, that shit's sad.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, we're in trouble and we need to do something fast. I mean, we can't panic, though. We cannot panic.
Fuck no.
But we have to win these games.
Right.
Only motherfuckers that are uncertain about their life panic, Wax.
Right.
This isn't one of those scenarios. So, you at home, the viewers at home, after y'all click subscribe, go get your drink, your beverage, or your chips, or whatever you do. I want you to hit share. Then I want you to hit like. And then we're going to pick up where we left off. Okay, we're back. But listen, in order for us to move forward, we got to realize what's happening, press forward, persevere, and do our damn jobs.
Right.
Now, so what's y'all's predictions for next week? I mean, I could start it off.
We got the Colts.
Yeah.
I got us losing. If Mitch is starting, I got us losing. I have no faith in Mitch. So, and I hate to say it, but if Mitch is starting, I think we get beat 21 to 10, and that sucks. But it is what it is.
I'm gonna jump out the window this week. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 17-10.
Okay.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
We have to turn it around right now. We have to play because, like, truth be told, I don't know if they said this or not, but it seems like Tomlin's line, his job is on the line right now. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the season. So we gotta start winning. Like,
that's fair. I mean, I normally jump out the window, but I'm a tiptoe. I'm a tiptoe.
That window was closed.
Nah, the window. I go out freak first. I was breech when I was born. That's why I'm so dope. I'm gonna get this box right here. I'm gonna put it on the table. Oh shit, there's fucks in there. I ran out of fucks to give, gentlemen. I'm gonna call that score 21-7 Pittsburgh. Let's go. I'm not gonna lose my damn will to want this shit. Even though that everybody at home understands when we will something, it might not always happen when you want it, but it's going to happen at the right time. So we know what we need to do. We're going to go ahead and win this game 21-7.
I hope.
Because we need to start setting a precedent. Mitch is a professional. At the end of the day, he is a professional. He wouldn't be there if he couldn't be there. Now, he's there by default. He's there by default. But Mitch, while you're there, make a damn present. Show your fucking self. Let them know that you are a quarterback.
Man, show your ass, man. Pause. Shit. Show your ass. Go out there and ball out, man.
Mitch is going to be throwing in the triple coverage like he always does. That motherfucker never saw a coverage he he wouldn't throw into shit.
He never saw coverage he never liked.
Right. He's like, oh, there's 3 people, I'm throwing it. Like, what the fuck, man? Check it down a little bit or something.
But that line got a block too, because all those blitzing backers coming out of nowhere.
Man,
that's a
he had
situation.
time. He had time this
Couple
week.
times he did, but a couple times he didn't.
A couple times he had time and still threw into coverage. Should have been a couple more picks than it really was and shit. So I have no faith in Mitch.
Right.
Like I don't see this dude ever being that guy.
In my opinion, it's too late. It's too late.
Right.
Like, he's been in the league for how many years now, and he has never got to the big game. He's never done anything spectacular, in my opinion, because he was the quarterback for the Bears for a couple years, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And they might have had one winning season, but they never did.
Well, once they got Fields, it was a wrap.
I mean,
It was like, we can do without you.
And they getting ready to get rid of him. I heard some shit where people are saying the Steelers should trade for him, but
That's
that's pretty much the same situation that you're in right now, because he ain't doing shit. So it's like, you want to trade and get another mediocre guy, or just sit on your hands and hopefully you get a good pick. But unfortunately, you gotta be bad to get a good pick.
right. Well, like I was about to say, that's TBD.
Right.
So, all right, fellas. I mean, being that we gave our predictions, defensively, I feel like we need to step it up as well. So defense, y'all's not off the hook. Y'all allowed 21 points last
In
week?
the first half.
Come on, fellas. And then we shut them out.
They shut him out in a second. But I heard TJ's in protocol right now, so
He may not play.
he might not. I'm not sure. Because
I mean-
they said they're under investigation for letting him play the rest of that game after he got kicked in the head in the first quarter. So
Well, he's a juggernaut, man. So that's
but
to
even
be
still.
expected, man. He'll go back out there just for the passion that he has.
most people will, but
he's dope.
Most people will, but it's on the team to be like, all right, you got a concussion. So we're
Use
not
your
gonna put you-"
discretion.
Right.
I get it. So hopefully, things don't work out, for the worst.
Right.
And he's allowed to showcase his natural God-given abilities to be a beast. We need him, in every game. I don't want to sacrifice him knowing that we're, have potentials not to make the playoffs or get like a bullshit ass pick for the wild card. But I need him to show up and show out in any event.
Right.
Of whatever happens. So, So, fellas, listen, win, lose, or draw, we're Steeler Nation. So, we just going to go ahead and keep saying go Steelers.
Right.
And keep the train moving. So, that's just what it is. So, you out there in Steeler country, go Steelers. Let's get them. Colts, y'all got an issue coming.
So.